started on wiring my flowers. So I'm gonna go ahead and start wiring my roses. I have this beautiful quicksand rose. It's just such a great vintagey, antique-y shade. I'm gonna start by removing all of the calyx petals. They're just gonna get in the way when it comes to taping. I'm gonna give it a snip. I would say, you know, about an inch, inch and a half is totally fine. And then I'm gonna take a thick gauge wire, something nice and sturdy. I'm gonna cut the very tip of it so that it's sharp. So that's like that would hurt you kind of a point. The smoother you can pierce the flower, the easier it's, the better it is for it. You don't want like a jagged edge going into a flower. It's just gonna create air pockets and openings for bacteria and debris to get in. So just a nice clean pierce. I followed the stem up and I went vertically into the calyx of the flower. I'm then gonna take a thinner gauge, slightly thinner gauge wire, do the same thing, make it a weapon. Again, follow that stem up and insert it into the calyx. With that thinner gauge wire, I'm then going to take it and wrap it around the stem, and then I'm going to continue down and wrap it around the thicker gauge wire. Then adhesive tape. Start on the middle of the stem, work your way up, cover those piercings, and then start to work your way back down and come all the way down to the end of the wire. After you're wired, you will have this wonderful wired stem. The beauty of this is that you can point this any direction that you want to. If you need to cascade it, you can point it and cascade it. And that's why we are wiring a lot of our stems today. So I've already gone ahead and wired the roses that I'm using for this particular bouquet. The next thing I need to wire is my ranunculus, this beautiful salmon ranunculus. And again, I'm gonna take off those calyx petals. I really do this mostly because you don't see it in a bouquet. And also they're in the way when you tape. So again, just give it a cut. You're gonna take that thicker gauge wire, and on this one, it's not necessary to cut the wire so that it's sharp. You really just want that blunt end. And because ranunculus stems are hollow, you're gonna take the wire and insert it right into that hollow ranunculus stem, just until you feel a little bit of tension. Then you can take thinner wire, like the gauge of a spool wire, and you're gonna pierce the stem across, fold it like a hairpin, and then wrap that, just like we wrapped around the rose, you're gonna wrap around the stem of the ranunculus all the way down onto the wire. And then with your tape, start in the middle, work your way up, and work your way back down.